Enotria the Last Song has just been released, and it is an indie Italian souls-like you spaghetti bastards. This is a first impression video after playing the game for a few hours and not a full review. I won't be continuing it even though I wanted to cover it through guides because of a particular reason that it's gonna be mentioned later. However, let's start positively and congratulate Italian developers on creating a brilliant world focused on Italian folklore. Very little to fault here from the couple hours I've spent with the game, as it truly dragged me in more and more to learn about the city of Quinto and characters in it. What is quite interesting are the non-fighting NPCs that are part of the folklore acting their dramatic scenes. The scenes I've seen are convincingly done and voice acting is good, which helps. For example, acting melodramatically about life-related philosophies.
There is a tantalizing side to that with no form, no name, no limit.
And perhaps within a bit dark night, where there is all and nothing, is true peace that ran from life's relentless spotlight.
It's a very cultural game that relates to that historical period nicely. Quite artistic too. Even the lead story guide is a theatrical performer. Music is an important part of such a culturally rich game, string instruments from that period that work great and add more to the overall atmosphere. Adding on top of that is an amazingly done Quinto city with nice vistas and a beautiful sunset that adds to the whole experience, making it a wholesome one. It is about the distorted reality and classes of people put into roles defined by masks. It is a great portrayal of societies of the past where it is difficult to change your predefined role. So our character is a maskless one that is gonna change everything by taking out all the boss bastards that have shaped this reality through their machinations to make sure everyone stays in their role. Story works quite well with the art style. I really like the setting a lot and it works tremendously in a Souls-like, especially with lots of historical lore pieces. Masks connected to society's roles are also a big part of the character progression system. Whole system is very good. Player has 3 loadouts that can be changed at any given time, with the maskless one occupying the first slot always. Masks have varied effects and there potentially can be a lot of them to unlock. Each loadout has 2 active weapons, 6 passive skills, 4 active skills and a relic item with specific damage reduction. 5 attributes define the character with 5 skill tree paths that unlock passive skills that are slotted in each loadout. Such a system offers a lot of build diversity and adds to the gameplay dynamic. Really good stuff. Unfortunate thing is that Enotria suffers from the same thing as almost every other indie Souls-like, which is mediocre or subpar even gameplay. It's a shame because everything else is really good, and I would love to uncover more of the story lore and play with the builds, but can't play through another clunky Souls gameplay. Problem with gameplay focused games where there's no cutscenes like in Metal Gear Solid for example that could relay story and characters through out-of-engine immersive storytelling is that if gameplay is no good, there is very little to look forward to. Going through clunky unsatisfying combat just to get through more lore pieces and see the bosses is not working for me. Movement animations aren't good, positioning matters one moment but then attack tracking kicks in and destroys the positioning progression. Weapons don't really feel that good, dodge animation is instant, parry is unconvincing in a way that we put the arm up and it blocks very heavy attacks. It's not all bad as there is a big focus on stagger play, which does bring some enjoyment out of it all, and there's a lot of slower attacks from enemies which adds a bit of weight to combat, but then the other factors start to play in to bring it down again. Look, combat is not bad, but it's barely average, maybe even not average. Second boss especially demonstrates all the clunkiness. Cool design aesthetically, but mechanically not an enjoyable fight. First boss was better. In a shorter video than usual, as I don't really know what else to say except that it's an indie Souls-like with a great setting and overall fantastic incorporation of Italian folklore that gives it a special vibe, with lots of interesting lore bits and pieces. Problem is, at best average gameplay that drags it all down. Very hard to progress to see what's ahead if a gameplay focused game doesn't have good gameplay. Anyway, that's all, thanks for watching.
Now
one can get in the way! No one! Stop me! They are here for me! My dear Bloomer! We are together